Alright, well, yep, I guess I'll do that, because she can't really move away from the pit then, at least.
No, she cannot.
I guess I'll go here.
These doors are open.
If she moves
Yeah,
to anywhere but here,
Jason, she'll flip
if
in
she
there.
moves to anywhere but here, she needs to take another reflex save or fall into the pit.
Yeah, that's the hope.
The pit is like semi-extra dimensional, so it like the walls disappear. It's like there's a pit there. There are no walls.
It is like it's a pit there.
Well, yeah, but like walls don't extend
I'll
over it or anything.
rage to get a few more hit points. And then I think I will...
I'm really pissed about what happened!
Take a destined strike. Do you think he has good armor or not?
Probably not.
See.
She's a necromancer.
She might have cast shield on herself or some.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
true. Shield or mage armor or something. True.
Power attack.
I don't think that'll help her.
Get her, boys!
No. That most definitely hits her. But despite only wearing leather armor, there's definitely some magical protection in place.
Right.
Chandala.
So, I could prepare to like rapid shot her when she casts a spell.
She's gonna 5-foot step into one of the doorways.
But if she does, she's
Pick me
gonna
up, I
fall
can
into the
cast
pit.
silence there.
Yeah, but you still wouldn't be able to use your prepared action to hit her.
True. Alright, full attack, shoot her! Maximum damage!
The second shot. Let me double check. Both shots hit.
Okay, then I'm... hide over here.
Throw Pimmy into the sharks.
Yep. No need to outrun the
As
halfling.
she will try to defensively cast a spell. With. What's her casting stat? It's probably the highest stat, isn't it? Yep. No, not a save. Spellcaster's man. And she fails. She will 5-foot step into this room. But she still has to make a reflex save.
Yeah, she's still technically next to the
Which
pit.
she makes.
Oh! Her reflex, man. That's...
Zarin.
Rogue mage.
Okay. Zarin will bound up. Does her position grant her cover? As I'm, like,
I would
basically
say
attacking
so.
from the cover.
I would
Okay.
say so.
That's fine. I have a slight penalty due to being adjacent to Rofor, and you're going to be handling the cover thing. So I'll go ahead and use the second usage of this I get per day. This, as the dinosaur bounds down the hallway, its reptilian skin glows with blue circuitry. I have to make my fucking...
Cyber Dino.
I can't fucking...
The future is now.
So Shadowrun.
I activate my second nanite surge.
The hitbox chat, I believe, has dubbed you Androidosaurus.
Androidosaurus,
Nice. I like it. I like it. I think the bite might be my best one, so I'm going to try and super bite her.
go. Super bite.
That does not manage to hit her.
Damn, even with
Her
the glowing,
magic
though.
getting in the way.
If it's, I had to assign a penalty because I was adjacent to Rothor. That was the difference between a hit and a miss. I had my turn.
Kenrick.
Help me!
It's fine. Don't worry.
I mean, can you
Francis already did.
make a downed person drink a health potion?
Yeah, you can feed
Yeah.
them.
As a full round action, I would say. I don't know the exact rules by head, or by heart rather. If you 5-foot step, you definitely have a full round action, which gives you plenty of actions.
Yeah, I'll move over here and make him drink one of my... What was it?
Time to experiment.
Pure life rules.
Restrain the specimen.
It's 1d8 plus 1.
I'm still down.
There's amazing rolls.
Oh man.
Professor!
Oh,
It's
goodness.
fine, it's fine. I can get him
You
up.
are stabilized.
Yeah.
So, well, these two can't fly, so Rofor. Suffice to say that there's a wall between you and the
Oh,
crazy
there
lady.
is, isn't there? Let's see here, though. I would
Break
like
through
to
the wall.
order day.
Adamantine sword just stabbed through the wall.
Well, if only I had
Robocop
another
through that wall.
cosmetics. What's the DC to move through someone's square?
It
I don't
is-
have to, do I?
They're CMD +5, I
I
believe.
can go like this.
Wow,
You're like
that
there.
is some movement you're doing.
You have to brave the pit.
Well, I don't step in it. As long as I don't end my turn there, I'll be okay.
Yep.
She'll get an attack of opportunity, though.
She will take it.
Critical. No.
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 I can hit her with flank.
If only you had outflank.
If only you were a summoned animal.
Nice.
Fuck, you don't. I guess you don't need it with rolls like that.
That hits.
12.
And she goes down.
Oh,
Yeah.
Happy
Alright.
birthday to the Necro.
How long does the pit last?
Duration 1 round plus 1 round per level. So it's going to be 3 rounds.
Well,
So-
you're level 4.
if that
I-
Smiler standing
Oh, yeah,
there,
fine.
he
You know,
risks falling into the
4 more
pit.
rounds. I think.
I'm just saying.
It'll actually give me... Just let it run out, because it'll give me enough time to not be fatigued.
Shonda will open up one of her many strange pouches she has and smear some salve on Pimian, healing 1 hit point.
Oh, great. Love it. How much more of this salve do you have?
1 more.
Oh, good. Alright, well, I'm handicapped.
Well,
We're good though. I wake up, right?
now you can crawl away at least.
Wait, do I wake up at 1 or do I wake up at 0?
You wake up. I'm not sure.
I believe it's at 1, not at 0.
Shit.
Hang in there, Professor.
Professor.
It's truly a year of the ones.
I'm like, my eyes are fluttering. I'm like starting to wake up.
With the constant complaints and taunts by the female creature having now stopped, you hear another source of, well, screaming really, as it quickly seems to try to disappear into the distance.
We just hear from the hallway like, ah.
Basically, yes.
That's not a
So,
scream. That's like a
Well, I'm
sigh.
trying not to scream into my mic.
Saren.
Well, I don't think Zarin is in the mood to chat politely with yonder creature who makes yonder abominable creations. I am going to coup de grace.
Okay. Give me an attack roll.
Now I need to look up yonder rules for coup de grace. I love how I'm all
What's
like,
a critical?
You automatically hit and you automatically crit.
He's looking for attack roll to get double damage when you crit.
She is going to die. If you don't want to roll an attack roll, it's not necessary to finish her off.
I don't think I want to roll an attack roll. I don't
Alright.
need to see how dead.
Dead.
Zarin will, basically just bite her neck and just rip it out.
Nom nom.
She does carry the same stench of decay and rot as this entire place. But with her head from her shoulders and blood everywhere, you can be pretty damn sure that she is not coming back. Kenrick.
Are we pulling out or are we gonna finish the job?
We're gonna finish the job, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
We'll press on as brutally as we can.
Chances are, besides, there are gonna be more fights outside. Like
I'm
The
here.
pit lasts like
there's
3 or
that
4 more
random,
rounds.
random encounter table. So
I'll make
there's
Pim
that
drink
guy here we
my.
don't want to be eaten. Yeah, like a red dude trying to save.
I'll make Pim drink my last health potion.
Oh,
Cluck, cluck, cluck.
thanks. Oh, yes.
Woo!
That's better.
Clockfather doesn't disappoint, I guess.
Permian.
Did with the first one.
Yeah, well, this was a Monday example.
First, I will remove my unconsciousness.
That's right.
Yep.
He wakes up. Oh, good heavens!
What happened? I remember a flash of light.
Anyone get the name of that bus that just drove over me?
You got like 12 seconds, Professor.
Yeah.
Get
I
to it.
dreamt of peace.
Brother is over there in the room.
Yeah.
Chandala needs your.
The dinosaur has gone mad.
Well, I
Rothor is
will.
in the room quickly.
I will see the terrible state of Chandala here, bleeding profusely and everywhere, and Ever the Altruist cast Cure Moderate Wounds on her from the ground.
His little hand reaches up.
Pick me up.
Just spooked.
Carry me. Oh man, thank you.
I was going to say that, Grimace, but only in my turn.
Banana. Banana.
I actually just double move like over here, like out of sight. Because I'm technically only have 2 hit points right now because I'm fatigued this round as well. That's it though.
Chandala, you do still hear shambling movement coming from the north.
Mm-hmm. Well,
How awfully polite of those zombies to not just walk into the pit.
yeah, they're smart zombies.
Are they? Even when the cast are dead?
How to shoot them?
Yeah, moves up here, prepares to shoot a zombie.
Maybe they're dumb. They don't have pathing to deal with a hole in the ground.
Zarin.
Zarin looks back at Shada.
Shada blinks, like
Lick the lips.
licks his lips.
Zarin's a loner, so the only way for me to bypass my AC penalty is to treat you as an enemy instead of an ally.
And full attack.
Aaron will hop a little and basically you'll just like turn his body in like Tensed. And basically until that pit disappears and someone steps into my melee range, in which case I will then beat the shit out of them. I'm just gonna stick here.
Okay. Kenrick.
Hopefully all the casters are dead, so I'll move back over here.
At which round does the pit disappear, by the way?
I mean,
10, I think.
You
No,
can't.
9.
He cast it like at level around 3 or 4.
Did he? Yeah. Oh, I guess.
Yeah,
right.
it's definitely your
lasts-
responsibility to keep track of these things. I
It lasts
can't.
5
8
rounds.
was what I was
so-
thinking.
8 sounds good. Let's do 8.
Okay.
Anything you want to do?
prepare to shoot if something shows up.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So Pimian will draw from his bag the nanite hypogun, and quickly say, "Brighten up, Rothor," and fucking poke him in the arm with it.
Yes.
And you will
with
feel
his,
like
laughing arm.
nanites injecting into your arm, the thing that you hate, but it feels so good.
You're a robot now.
They're not robots.
They are tiny little robots.
How would you know that?
I read a book.
Well, that book was lying, probably.
You're literate?
I am literate, yes.
I
I need
4
to
more
read all of
those.
these labels and all my, like, gun crafting stuff, so I don't mix the labels.
I thought you used interpretive dance.
that's how I craft.
Keep getting these crap rolls, yeah.
I need a lot of
will
room for that.
Stay here and can I use a full round action to pick up and put the professor standing?
Sure.
Grab him and put him.
Just
roll,
put
me
it
a,
on the ground.
roll me a strength.
Oh,
check.
right, I forgot I was on the ground. I injected into your leg then instead.
That's stat damage. Alright, I can try to lift the professor. Though he is below my, I imagine he's below my actual weight lifting.
Yeah, you have no troubles.
So pick him up and set him on his feet.
Chandala, any action you want to take?
Yeah,
In this-
if I have a
in
step
this
back,
lull of
so
combat?
so the lizard doesn't glare at me, so so disapprovingly, and still prepare to shoot anything coming around that corner.
Okay. Anything?
I'm gonna keep as I was doing. If anything steps next to me, I will wreck its face.
Okay.
Prepare, ready a standard action to wreck face.
Kenrick.
Mm-hmm.
Pit will disappear at the end of your turn.
But over here, can I see through to the? Can I see to the corridor? Like here?
You could see here, but you can't see here because there's a wall here.
Yeah, I just want to see here.
Yes, you can.
Okay, I'll move over here. Can I prepare to cast a spell?
Sure.
Okay. It's the undead male one.
Okay. Permit?
Give me a hug, baby.
Was I stood up?
Saren
Yes.
Park.
Oh god, it takes so long to open active mods. It never used to take this long. What did you do? Alright, I will poke Rothor again.
Just blame sheep for everything. It's
Oh,
your fault,
boy.
God. Get healed, kid.
Finally.
With the hole finally gone, this poor fella can shuffle towards you.
All right. I
Kaboom!
choose you to get taloned. Yes, but first you would get shot.
And a spellcast.
Well, you can't ready a full round attack, so that would only be the first hit,
That's fine.
which most definitely hits. That also hits.
Well, how much damage though?
For enough to make Zaren's attempt very easy.
Well, it does not even get to reach me, but there might be another creature that comes by that'll be able to make my attack against.
Who knows if that's ever going to happen? Because it does.
OMG! That should just be one talon for 8.
That hits.
I forgot to press the single button because I'm not used to those.
Roll for anything?
Peeks around the corner. Can totally get up there.
Of course there is. No, might
Go
be a little
Rothor.
uncomfortable, but hopefully you won't need to be attacked by anything. Invigorated by constant medication magic. I hit nothing.
Medication magic.
I don't know, maybe.
That hits,
Rotha doesn't know the difference.
and it goes down. And with that, there will be no enemies immediately approaching you. Combat is over.
How far into the base are the screams from the Smiler coming from?
It did sound like there were a couple of doors closed in the way of the source of the scream and you, but the screams have stopped at this point.
I'm him.
Other
keep
than a
closing
doors.
faint echo of
Let's find the rat.
Zaren will peek his reptilian head around the corner and make a perception check as he looks on down yonder avenue.
I will
Like an
stab
ambush.
myself with the thing.
You don't see anything, and you don't hear any movement apart from the occasional creak of shifting debris that the walls here are made out of.
The doors have stopped opening and closing in the distance.
Yes.
Okay.
So, grab whatever. Chandler, will you take care of that? Grabbing whatever.
Sure, I guess.
Then I suppose we'll continue on this way.
Retrieve my belt.
Uh,
I go
I
first.
also wanna, or Pimian
Seem
also wants to
those are
ask
super heavily
Chandler
armored.
for one of those like nanite canister ammo things.
What?
As the hypo gun uses them.
But I use
It's
it
so
for my.
much healing.
I use it for
We
my.
can,
Alright,
can't
fine.
we loot after we make sure that we're not ambushed by more creatures that might come and attack us while we're
I'm not
looting?
looting. I'm making sure we can heal.
I'm not talking to you.
Oh, okay. I feel you.
Neat. I guess you're conveying your tactile
Sure,
senses
I'll-
through Winter Storm Jonas.
Shonda will begrudgingly toss over a nanite canister.
Hog all the nanite canisters.
So you're filled with them.
You got a fucking laser rifle, you stupid cunt.
If you don't like it, you can go in
What
front.
did you say, dinosaur? That's what I thought. That's what I thought.
Almost as much hit points as I do.
Fucking lizard.
Come up here if you want. Plane.
Yeah, the room, as described before, looks as bad as it smells terrible. With the arms very much reminding you of, or very much potentially reminding you of, the surgery room close to where you found Connor.
Check this door.
The door is not locked.
These are dark times. Zaren has the scent ability in this form, so this is even worse for him.
This chamber down here combines the cozy comforts of a bedroom with the horrors of a necromantic laboratory.
Oh,
It's very difficult to tell which pieces of furniture here are meant for relaxations and which ones are intended for torture.
everything the
Shit.
modern necromancer might want.
Well,
This is the only other door.
something I would like to try doing, because there might be a secret door. Use the incredibly low DC I have, because I have Scent as this form, to follow a fresh trail of yonder screaming smile.
Okay, roll me a survival check.
I can do that. Good thing the DC is terrible. 10. Thank goodness.
Despite all the different pleasant odors mixed in there, you are pretty damn sure that the person you want to find did go this way.
Good.
Open the door then.
The door opens to the worst thing imaginable. More doors.
Just
It's a
pale
decontamination
door.
chamber.
Doors and doors and doors and doors.
Oh, let's push them open too.
Okay, stop moving then.
Sure.
Motherfucker.
Yeah, this is a stick up.
As opening this door, let me describe what you see here. Opens up into a large room filled with over a dozen large glass tanks sitting against the walls here in this oval-shaped chamber. The tanks themselves are somewhat opaque, with condensation, grit, and filth on them, but several of them seem to contain some sort of figure within. Also very much obvious, the ones with the figures in them, the doors of them are currently open and the figures very much moving. Each tank has a metal-rimmed door, most of them are in fact open, as I've just said, and one tank to the north is especially special as it is completely wrapped around with ropes, tons and tons of ropes, obscuring whatever might be inside.
Oh, it's the tyrant.
But, as I've said, the glass tanks with figures in them are in fact open, and the figures are very much starting to screech as Rolfor opens the door.
Oh God, Rothor!
And the Smiler down here will take his ready action as he levels its pistol at Rolfor and shoots. We'll go into initiative.
Good thing we have the tables and bear trap back there. That
I
motherfucker.
know, right?
He uses his super prepared action to take the secret tunnel.
He has dug the tunnel.
Yes.
There's a lot of...
Let's see, he does get to act first as he has.
I guess I could have used my gloves of reconnaissance to see into this room. Oh well.
Shoot, this is worth a touch, and that's 2 points of damage. The gunshot echoes. It will then be Shandala.
Oh boy.
Shoot them all.
There's a lot of bad shit. Well... Let's sidle up here, onto the table, sitting on the table.
High
You're, like,
ground.
prone.
High ground on the table, right? Yep. That's how it works. I'm gonna shoot. I'm gonna shoot Lobotomite 6, and if he dies, I'll go over to actually, I can see 5.
What are these creatures that are in the tanks wielding as weapons?
The creatures are wielding clubs, each of them. It is also worth mentioning that they, unlike the zombies, look very much just like humans, except with empty stares, no clothing, grey skin, malnourished certainly, but not the decay or rot that the zombies were made out of.
All right, this is a nudie show, everyone. Woo!
Not these bad nudes. Let's shoot 6, and if he dies, go to 3.
6. Okay.
Wow!
The first shot misses.
Mm.
The second shot does hit, punching into the flesh, and these very much bleed.
You need
Unlike
to,
the zombies.
you
all
need to
the
step back,
skeletons.
Rothor. I'm just saying.
Roll for.
I will. I imagine I'll go here so we can block the doors.
Yep.
And then I will cast shield.
Yeah, good choice.
Okay.
Also, first time Rothor spellcasting, everyone is amazed.
How does that look?
How does that look?
Well,
yeah.
he doesn't really think about it. he just kind of looks at the enemies and sort of, does it really? Says words in some garbled tongue, probably some sort of wrangled. My language is called something weird. It's called
Hellet.
Helid. Yes.
I know that language.
So do I.
Does he invoke the spirits?
No, it's not really something he does consciously. More like reassuring himself that, this is not. It doesn't feel like this is meant to be a place where he gets hit a lot.
Okay.
This was not meant to be.
And as he confirms it, well, it seems that fate agrees, for that is where his powers stem from. And you sort of see. Well, I guess this is the first time you see his belief sort of made tangible, as his belief in this simply creates this sort of bubble like shield of thin, this is shimmer through the air, protecting him. He doesn't really seem to know that something happens.
This creature will then shamble out of its glass tank and move towards Rofa and strike at him using its great club. And miss.
Great club, huh?
This one will do the same, moving here, attacking Rofa. Missing. Zarin.
5-foot step, the 3-meter long reptile, peeking around, founding a place like Jurassic Park. I'm gonna start hopping on like kitchen things now. I'll go into full attack mode. I'm initially targeting Lobotomite 5. If for whatever reason any of this manages to spill over, I'll go to Lobotomite 3. Take my attack penalty. Go for the good of the city.
Let's see. The bite misses. The rest hits.
Okay.
And despite you noticing that your blows do not do as much as you would think against their hardened skin, you do in fact have some damage spilling over.
Okay.
I think, if I'm not stupid. Yep, there you go.
All right.
This one goes down.
Ends my turn.
As this one will take the place of its fallen comrade, not really showing any sign of recognition or sentience at all, as it simply stumbles forward and attacks. This is against Zarin, and misses regardless. Permian.
I like how the Smiler is kind of just like taken over. He's like, everyone's dead. Ha ha ha! Release the beasts.
I shall be the new leader.
He's the new Toothy.
Oh, I can't see him there, can I?
You
Nah,
can.
there's a
Grenade him.
thick... No, I can't. It's
Don't
like
waste
that.
don't fucking use one of the fucking grenades.
I'm not
on
gonna use a
this.
nade.
They're like
Hang on, can I
2,000
see him
gold
here?
a piece or
Nope.
something.
I also can't see him here. Good lord.
That's not true either. Both of you are wrong.
Alright, well, I guess I'll just be here then instead, and I'll just shoot at one of these things.
You shoot the ones in the back so you don't get the minus.
Yeah.
Shoot through all of the bodies.
Yeah.
That's somehow easier.
I will shoot Lobotomite 2 then.
He's a halfling, so his viewpoint is lower. You can see between our legs.
Yeah, exactly. And I'll reload next turn or something.
He just does an elven.
I was to say, she's familiar with that strategy.
Yeah, that is a miss.
Yeah.
As this creature will shamble forward and stand here,
Like
flailing its arms towards you ineffectively.
I can't reach. They don't have pikes, which is
They
nice.
do not. Gainrek.
I mean, do we want to have a big dinosaur?
I mean,
Because-
what
Not really.
big
Uh,
guy-
But I
No.
can't attack.
The
Oh.
effects would not stack. They are both polymorph effects. They would not stack.
Oh, well, I can make Rotor big.
He won't fit
Yeah,
though.
but I can't fit in the door then.
Yeah, but then you can like move back here and we can just fight them at
It's
this door.
true. But I'll be fine without it.
Sure.
This battle at least.
You could also sleep nuke the room back there.
But they're undead, aren't they?
No.
They're not undead. She
Is
just
everyone
noted that they're very
undead?
much alive.
Oh. Sure. I start casting sleep.
Okay. This one will stumble forward. But he will go to the lengthy process of reloading his pipe pistol.
You could also pit like all of them.
Chandala.
Won't
Well,
really do anything.
let's shoot things, shall we? She will shoot. She'll shoot number 2 in the back there.
In the back, or shoot him in the back?
Those both hits,
Kablamo!
but they are not quite enough to down him. Again, these creatures, despite being very much human and apparently alive, considering they are bleeding, do seem to have very thick skin.
Do we have a cure for that?
Rofar.
We'll not do that.
You phase into their bodies, detonating them from within.
he has gone full Neo.
Spend my arcane
It
point.
was meant to be.
Two more damage, and then I will also power attack. And I need to activate rage first, because that's a free action.
Arcane points, rage. What the hell kind of bizarre shit is this? I don't understand anything what you're doing. It's not real. That's right, Tina. It's not real.
That's true. Oh, I suppose I'll just attack number 3 there. Come on.
That hits, and its thick skin does not save it from dismemberment.
Good.
Dead. Zarin.
Okay, welp. Then Zarin will. Oof. No, I don't want to 5-foot step and get attacked by even more of those things. I was like, I want to hit bodies. Think about for attack.
They'll step up.
Step up. I will just devote my entire full attack to Lobotomite 6. You have been chosen, sir. Get chosen.
That is most definitely enough. The second talon, the first talon that hits, is enough to down it.
The rest of the things like flail menacingly, cutting its body to ribbons to intimidate the smiler behind all of them. This is his fate. I end my turn.
I will shoot. At 2, number 2.
A bold maneuver.
You hit,
Oh, God.
but the bolt simply bounces off.
Yeah.
Damn you, rubber.
This one will move forward and attack Rofar.
Get some. Yeah.
Yes. This one will move forward and attack Zarin.
Nope.
Yes. This one will move forward and wave at you with its great club.
He's saying
Henrik.
hi. You're on the internet, buddy. Yes, you are. Yeah.
So, can I choose to just for the spell to hit these 2 first?
The spell will hit those targets first that are closest to its origin. I looked up
those two
the
then.
rules the other day. If all the targets are at the same distance, you can choose. Otherwise, closest targets first. So if you put the spell like here, you could essentially choose the 2 you want to do, have make the reflex the saves.
Okay, then I can choose so that it wouldn't hit Rotor and Zarin then,
Yes.
because they're like way behind. Yeah, shoot it over there and make it so it hits 4 and 1, or
Okay.
the one without number.
They both fail. They both fall asleep.
We can just step over them then. Well, then that means the enemies can step over them too on the bodies. Holy shit.
That is true.
I will also
Oh yeah, you still have your turn. Sorry.
see. I will cast undead thing on the lobotomite 2.
Okay, well, that spell would fail.
Oh no, yeah. Shoot my crossbow instead.
Against number 2. Okay, go. That does not hit.
They look so undead.
Yeah, this
They-
whole not being dead thing will fix that.
They do very much look very similar to the zombies, but not quite. As this one will indeed step on its companion and hit at Zarin. Try to, anyways.
This
Nope.
300-esque wall of bodies we're building here.
The Smiler has finished reloading his pipe pistol. 5 foot step here to get a better shot and shoot
He's a
at Zarin.
generous god.
Does he have a penalty for me being engaged in melee?
Let me double check. He does.
In that case, that would reduce him by 4 then, right?
Yes,
That would not hit by touch then.
that would not hit.
Also shooting through an ally, which gives light cover.
Yes, he most definitely does not hit. Chantal.
Well, let's keep shooting. Let's keep shooting. We'll shoot at number 1. We are.
You are the first.
Both shots hit, but it's still standing. Roll for.
I was gonna steal Saren's one then. And attack the one standing against Saren.
Okay. I don't know which one that is. This one. That is it, and it stopped standing.
If I'd known it has so little hit points. Well, that's that.
Dead. Zarin.
Zarin will take an attack of opportunity from this guy as he walks over one unconscious body and moves past the conscious one. That's a miss. Zarin looks down menacingly at Smiler too.
The Smiler looks appropriately shocked and terrified.
You smile as well.
He is smiling.
No, I mean, sorry.
Fucker tried to shoot. No, not smiling. Full of murderous gore teeth right now.
That does not hit.
You just wait, buddy.
Change the name of this rat gang to Gore Teeth. Gore Teeth Rangers.
Come in.
Yeah, I will shoot at number 1.
That is not
God, I can't even do anything.
Asleep. Asleep. It's one step here and attack roll. Single-minded determination. Kenrick.
See if I can move. Go around the table. Take a shot at Smiler number 2. Scarring intimidate though. Nah.
That does not hit.
That's a fumble against someone who's I'm engaged with this critter. What does that mean?
Is that a thing in Pathfinder?
No, there's no, you can't
Yeah,
hit your teammates or
that's not
anything.
a
It just
thing.
misses.
Okay.
The Smiler will not surrender. He will drop his pistol, draw a dagger, and try to stab at the crazy lizard currently trying to gore him.
That's a hit. That's the first damage I have taken in this entire place. Well, any hope that you had of surviving to be interrogated has vanished.
Chandala.
Well, it is time to die, lobotomite. I'm sorry it had to come to this.
Full Attack City, USA.
That is enough to down it.
Full Attack City.
Saren can probably kill that Smiler by himself, I think.
Creating a barricade of both dead and sleeping bodies.
I'll kill the one sleeping in front of me.
Yeah. In fact, I'm not even going to, you can consider them dead.
Sure, I'll take care of that.
Zarin.
Full Attack City. Yum, yum, yum. That was the single button, so I should need another Talon. Do I need to roll it anyway?
No, the first Talon already. Enough.
Neat.
Combat is over.
There screeches his victory at the darkness, because I can't see in the rest of this room.
Slay the sleeping.
And rends the body of the Smiler. Zarin the Skin Flenser.
Kill. Yeah, that could also be a good gang name.
combat is over and the place is quiet. At least absent of sounds of fighting in your immediate distance. Although it does sound like there are gunshots being fired outside of the complex.
They're fighting Saren's token.
No, he saw my true form. Hide, little buddy.
Are you being attacked while you're in astral space?
No, he's actually controlling the
Let's
lizard with
let's
like
look
joystick.
behind these ropes, shall we?
Behind the ropes, you see a creature of a familiar type.
Oh God!
As stuck in the tank is a red folk person.
Abomination. Does it seem to be cruel and evil and twisted, lobotomized?
It seems very much hurt, but not necessarily changed.
Oh, all right.
Now that you are looking into the tank, it is also trying to hammer against the glass interior. Well, making some sounds at least.
If Rotha had a sense of humor, he would feign leaving it there. But, in this case, let's just cut off the ropes.
Okay, cut off the ropes, and the door immediately is kicked open from the inside as the red folk falls out, essentially, staggering, saying, Oh, thank God, you can't believe how stinky the air got in there. And, well, the entire situation was rather not to my liking. I am rather grateful for you bringing me, unless, of course, you have... He looks around nervously.
Oh, no, we're just here to kill the Smilers. Just, another day.
I can approve of that goal, although...
Also, I think we were sent to... Well... Would you happen to have a sister?
I do, in fact. She's Redtooth, leader of the Redtooth Raiders. She would be very grateful if you brought me to her out of this place. Let me introduce myself first. I am Whiskey Fist. I am, in fact, the brother of the mighty leader of the Redtooth Raiders. Future leaders of Scrapwall, even. As the Redtooth Raiders have always been.
Well, I am Rothor. This is the professor. That's... So looks to Sarah and then skips him. So the others are not in the room. Yeah, I suppose... I mean, good to meet you. Your sister did mention that you were here, and if we could find you, that would be great. Since we were going here anyway. Well, not exactly those words, but...
He looks at you with some confusion.
In short, we'll bring you back. How about that?
Good. And I won't even question why anyone would be insane enough to attack this place head on. But apparently you did, and you managed.
Well, might be a room more. Who knows what's in here? So it looks to Saren.
Zarin swivels his head.
Do you speak?
Zarin opens his mouth. A small roar comes out over the teeth. Zarin then shakes his head.
You haven't had him for long, have you, if you ask him if he can speak? He looks like a pet to me. I don't think pets can speak.
I think he's some sort of... he's not a robot.
Yes, that much is obvious.
Looks to the rat. Yeah, that's as far as I've gotten.
The red folk pauses and shrugs. I would like to retrieve my stuff before we go anywhere where we might encounter anything. I feel rather naked at the moment.
Where's your stuff?
I have not a single clue.
Oh, let's take a look in here.
I imagine that's the other end of the hallway that Zarin peeked down.
That is
before we put the tables there.
Ha! Well, wonderful. Well, maybe we'll show Mr. Whiskey Fizz.
It's Whiskey Fist.
Whiskey Fizz, huh? All right. Well, maybe in here. Well, we don't think that's much here.
There are quite a few things here.
Well, let's take a look through them.
All
This
right.
rat doesn't say, "Oh, that's mine. That's mine too." All this chest of money. That's mine.
Well,
You
in
know,
this room,
We can kill him and say that we didn't find him alive.
That is true.
you do find a wooden box, which is not locked, but has quite a few things in it. You find among just crude pipe pistols and other things that are most likely not really worth your attention. You find 7 sparkling silver discs, as in batteries. You find 22 silver discs, a pouch of 12 red opals.
What?
Red opals, fire opals, which would be worth 100 gold pieces each.
Oh, that's good money.
There are 3 large garnets, which would be worth 300 gold pieces each. There is also a case of 14 vials of the same substance you found from the smilers you encountered in the fortress of Soothe, as Pimian called it. 3 more spherical things that look identical to the things you've already found. 3 gas grenades. And 4 different scrolls.
Well, that doesn't sound like this rat stuff. So.
In addition to that, you also find a suit of studded leather, a short sword, and a +1 light crossbow with a few bolts. That Whiskey Fizz does nod at and say, "Yeah, that's mine." If you
All right, sure.
will take the crossbow, hug it for a moment, and then stow it on his back.
Along with his suit of studded leather and his short sword, I don't think I'll begrudge him. Like, they freed me, but they took my magic crossbow. We will swear holy vendetta upon them for the rest of days. My grandpappy gave me this, you know.
Be like cursed. Anyone but him uses it. They
Rat folk
Like
only.
explode, yeah.
You turn into a rat folk.
like the hammer of dwarven kind. Crossbow of Whiskey-Fist, I suppose. Well, I suppose that's all of them then. Well, all of them are here anyway. Go this way out.
As for Chandala, who is rummaging through the corpse of the former leader of the Smilers,
Able to click on her token and see that she has some very spicy things.
Did I put that? Yes, I did. You don't get to see this secret.
Yes, you put it in normal notes instead of GM notes.
Yeah, well, I'll explain why I do that later. Why I keep forgetting that. But what you find are 2 potions of something, 2 wands of something, 3 wands of something, in fact,
Jesus.
2 gas grenades, and another 4 vials of the chemical Pimian called Soothe. In addition to that, a dagger and a cloak of resistance +1 and 48 gold pieces.
Okay.
So, how many vials of Soothe was it? 2 or 3?
She had 4 of them in the little storage in her room. You found another 14.
Yeah, I just want to make sure how many she had on herself directly. So 2 potions of something, 3 wands of something, 4 vials of Soothe, 2 grass grenades, a dagger, cloak resistance +1, and 48 gold pieces.
Yes.
Did the Smilers have any masterwork stuff?
The Smilers did not have any masterwork equipment.
Okay,
They weren't special like the people we fought in the fortress.
it's true.
Oh, it went better than expected.
Oh my, things are certainly going to change now that the Smilers have been dealt with, and by a band of, he shrugs, outsiders?
We're thinking about the name indeed, but we might just end up, joining with you guys for now.
I don't think my sister would mind. After all, you saved me, and surely she will be very grateful. I know I am.
We just need a bit, we need to expand the cameras a bit, I think. We need the donkeys and, place to
Well,
sleep.
I'm sure when we defeat Hellion, we'll be able to.
I mean,
That'll
this
be
place is free
I don't
now.
want to live here, Rotharar, now.
Instructors, no, but
And you want to defeat Hellion.
That is correct.
That is very ambitious indeed.
What can you tell us about Hellion?
Well, I know that my sister thinks that he's a scam, for one. Other than that, I know that he's a thing, and then he supposedly rules Scrapwall. Although, of course, the Red Tooth Raiders disagree with that a lot, although not openly. And
Yeah.
I know that he shrugs. I know that he's the leader of the Lords of Rust, so if you want to find out more about him, I would find out from them. However, you do that, of course.
We were told we would get their attention and then we'd be invited to an arena. So we thought this would be a great start.
This should certainly get their attention. Although what kind of attention, I'm not quite sure.
Do we need to make
Also
a
some steel
statement
falcons, right?
or something, like burn the place down? I don't think. I mean, there is some equipment in there that I really don't want to see used again.
Isn't this
Preferably.
all just scrap though? Can it burn?
I mean, we could take this as our base of operations as well.
I don't know.
It's really up to Whiskey Fizz. Well, he's probably seen enough of the place.
It's a pretty
Oh,
bad
yes,
place.
indeed. And
Huh?
going outside...
I guess you have prestidigitation though, so you could like clean it.
Yeah, I guess.
Go through
Yeah,
like
sheep
a.
going outside. We
I was just waiting for Jonas to finish. Going outside, you do hear another few gunshots, the sounds of fighting. Although slowly getting quieter. As you can see the cause of exactly that.
into the fray.
As outside you find the remains of Smilers, as well as maybe not an army of red folk, but certainly a rather large number of them. All of them led by Redtooth herself. As Whiskey Fizz spots her immediately and runs towards them.
Oh God.
They have a pet rust monster, Manikai.
They do in fact do that. As they scatter, finishing off the last unconscious Smilers out here.
That is the scariest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Wait
Rothor,
until
make
we
it go
get in
away.
That troll arena, you know what's going to come out there.
Make
We all
it
know.
go away,
No
Rothor.
joke.
Can I have a wooden gun?
The Rust monster does seem very interested in Rothor, but the red folk are keeping it at bay.
Better.
As the two siblings talk for a little bit,
I mean,
and eventually Redtooth.
He's not a looker, is he, Whiskey Fizz? I mean, she clearly got all the good looks in this family.
so judgmental.
Not that bad for him either. I mean, he's not like the red folk normally are.
I guess that's true.
Maybe Zarin should turn back before going
Also
outside.
walks out, sort of shrugs, stretches his shoulders a little bit. You know, tons of blood all over him, I imagine. But make sure to seem as little bothered as possible.
Oh.
He's fine right now.
Redtooth nods and says,
I think that was all of them.
My, I certainly did underestimate you. Although I guess I did not.
The others
After all,
helped a little bit as well.
I'm sure they did. So you finished off all of them. I see Gunshine lying over there, and I'm sure that Marrow's in there as well, right?
Well, Hobgoblin, I think, yes.
Yes, that would be her.
She was rather nasty, but can be nasty too.
So the Smilers are no more. She grins mischievously. This will certainly change things here in Scrapwall, and I think that, despite my feeble attempt here at taking at least some of the credit by mopping up those who were coming to mob you, I think I do have to thank you. Now, you are more than just people who come to Scrapwall just to hide here, I think. Otherwise you wouldn't make such trouble so quickly.
That is very true and very perceptive of you.
From the back, Whiskey Fizz shouts over, yeah, they want to kill Hellion. Redtooth blinks. Looks to Whiskey Fizz, looks to Rothor.
Just shrugs and says, well, it's what the Red Tooth Raiders do, isn't it?
Not exactly, but perhaps we should discuss this somewhere where there might be less things lurking in the shadows who might run to just said Hellion, and that would be problematic indeed. What say you we meet back at my place and discuss our future alliance, as it were?
This, oh my goodness. Rothor, you're making it around the bases.
Yeah, she's
you back to
inviting
her
you
place to
home.
discuss an alliance.
Sure,
An
why not?
alliance.
Rotha was never good at taking hints.
Joining a mutual interest.
It's gonna be very,
I'm sure.
very awkward when he actually gets what's going on. Unless he's into that, which is
Not
perfectly
as
fine,
awkward
of course.
as Saren.
Well, do I need to kiss you, Saren? I'm not a
Zarin,
princess, but you know.
like tilts his head at Shanda. Massive like reptile head cranes to look at her.
Shanda has a mischievous smile.
I heard that some androids change after they're in a terrible situation. I didn't know this was what it meant.
Like transform?
No. Like sometimes they would forget everything and just become different.
Well, he doesn't seem to
Some
have
say that
forgotten
it's the
things.
spirit's leaving and then a new one taking inhabitants. Who knows if some sort of looks to Saren.
He doesn't seem to.
Professor,
like,
is that like
What?
Copied.
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 yeah.
Yes, we will.
Professor?
go.
What is that? What
That
is
would be a knowledge nature skill check.
Restrain the specimen. We need to investigate.
You know, all knowledge
What's
nature,
those
sure.
things for?
I think it's just Saren. Like he seems to remember us, and he seems to kind of.
Well, does it look like Saren?
No, not that I recall.
Not like he used to look. My God,
I can see everything.
Yep, you
I can
can.
never go in there.
No,
Because now they're
that's-
friendly. We have an alliance.
Yeah.
Well, the rust monster is not friendly.
I need to learn how to tame those.
So,
I don't know.
Jake, what's your knowledge nature skill check? I can tell you more about this creature.
Let's
Ask
find
me.
out.
Well, that's enough for basic. This vicious-looking predator is a Deinonychus, an ancient reptilian beast of the group known as dinosaurs. This result reveals all animal traits.
So
What
some
are
sort of
those
alien.
animal traits, Grimmith?
He's an animal.
That's not very nice,
Well-
Professor.
An animal possesses the following traits: intelligence score of 1 or 2, low light vision, always neutral, no treasure, proficient with its natural weapons only, proficient with no armor unless trained for war, animals breathe, eat, and sleep.
I am informed.
He now has to sleep. He doesn't own anything. He's become dumb, and he can't.
But he does
Seems to be
breathe, so
quite
that's good.
complicated. Did he do that before?
I didn't know actually. I do know he didn't sleep before.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he might have slept whenever I did, but I never saw him fall asleep.
No, he was just always sat up. Like have a stick, like poke the
Maybe
dinosaur with a stick.
he was shy about it. Maybe he just slept whenever.
That's possibly true. Yeah.
What looks to the dinosaur.
Nothing to be embarrassed about.
Alan's unsure how to even. Well, regardless, he'll look back to Redtooth.
After a short trip, with the occasional encounter with some spread around Smiler troops, although they are quickly taken care of both by, I would assume, you and the forces that Redtooth brought with her. So you eventually find yourselves back in the meeting room, as she calls it. She spends some time looking at each of you rather intently, saying, counting at her clawed fingers, saying, "You come here, and during your very first week, not only do you attack one of the biggest groups in Scrapwall, you eradicate their leaders, and you want to get the attention of the Laws of Rust, even though that is really not a good thing."
I think it's our second day. Next to the others.
Well, we want to get the attention to the Laws of Rust because we want to stop them. They're doing something bad, and we figure that we need to stop them.
Besides that one of them was rude to Chandler.
Shonda nods. He was. My flask and my booze, all gone.
Same with the Smilers. They lied to us
They threatened the home of Saren. She sort of points at the lizard. And we stopped them once there, but it seemed likely that they were going to keep trying to ruin Torch, and so we came here to stop them.
So, I suppose the summary is, don't lie to us. He sort of puts up one finger. Don't insult us. And he sort of thinks and says, don't. Sort of,
Don't threaten.
we'll figure the third one out. I think there are more gangs in here somewhere.
Don't threaten the land with horrible doom or like reactor meltdowns.
Well,
I guess that might be being rude to us as well.
I don't think that after what I've seen, I have any intention of being rude to you. Although of course, I cannot promise that I will keep no secrets from you.
Sort of frowns at the vet. Why would you keep secrets from us?
Oh, you wouldn't know, for example, about that itchy spot behind my back. Those things are better kept secret, yes?
Sort of
She winks.
Says,
Oh, she's doing it to you.
Maybe you can check her out.
Maybe you can scratch my spot.
Yeah.
I suppose you're right about that.
But back on topic, I do believe that the two groups, as it were, can profit greatly from cooperation, as it were. You come here to stop the Lords of Rust, and I do believe that they are a rather bad influence on my home. This scrap wall is perhaps not my home, but it is certainly my home. And ever since they have taken over, well, I don't think it's going to remain as peaceful as it used to be. Although peaceful, of course, in relative terms. They are ambitious to the point of, well, them being dangerous. Many of the people who live here, who have come here, who have not been born here, have come here to hide, mostly from the Technic League, and if the Lords of Rust are indeed planning on expanding their operations, then the fact that Scrapwall is rather inconvenient will not stop them for too much longer.
So, these Lords of Rust are fighting the Technic League?
I don't think they are actively working to fight them, although I do think that whatever they are up to, the Technic League would not like. I do not know what it is, but I do know that it has to do with the large, well, the things you see from the outside.
What things do we see from the outside?
She
Like
pauses.
That was a question for you, Sheep.
Yeah, I need to find my words. How can I explain this without saying what it is? The antennae, yes. The large structures reaching into the air. Some of them having like metal bowls on them, and they all have blinking red lights on them.
Oh.
So, if one wanted to hurt the Lords of Rust, those would have to go. And I do believe I have indeed found a way, although I have not had the people required to do what is necessary. To stop speaking around the bush, beating around the bush even, I would like you to do a favor for me. A favor that would, of course, also help you in stopping the Lords of Rust.
We're listening.
Well, help you in stopping the Lords of Rust, right? I mean, that's what we're doing here.
Of course, yes. Out of a pouch, she pulls out what looks like a small, wet brick of clay. Slightly light brown and glossy as if wet, that she starts kneading ever so slightly. This right here is called a silex charge by some scholar or another, and if this is ignited, if I were to ignite this right here, then there would be a large hole in the entirety of Scrapwall. However, I only have this one bit, and it would not be enough to bring down the entire antennae. However, I do believe I know where these things where more of these things could be found in Scrapwall. A place that no sane person in Scrapwall will go to, unfortunately. Hence why I've been unable to retrieve more.
Oh.
In the eastern side of Scrapwall, there is a canyon. She shrugs. Or something along those lines, which many consider to be haunted.